And neither is my co-pilot and discussee today, TIR regular and crew, Stefan Bertram Lee. Hey, Stefan, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm all right. I went out and touched grass, even though the weather forecast lied to me. So it was
What?
going to be bright sun, 15 degrees Celsius.
Ooh.
It was like 12 and cloudy, so it was a bit naff, but whatever.
Well, here in Missouri, it is very sunny today, but I am busy at the cold face of education working on Sunday, but taking a break to do this interview with you because you had an article in Sublation Magazine called The Moral Machine, the False Promise of AI Safety. So the link is in the doobly doo down below. So if people want to check this article out, they can do. It was published by my former comrades at Sublation Magazine. And
Now,
yeah,
permanent enemies
and now permanent enemies. Doug can
who,
never
who,
truly be
who you'll be seeing in London in a
who
couple of
I'll be
weeks.
seeing in London in a couple of weeks, exactly. So we can thrash it all out there. So yeah, let's talk about the false promise of AI safety. So AI has been in the news. Everybody's going nuts over Chat GPT. People are worried that Chat GPT is alive, asking people weird questions and terrifying journalists, as it would. I've had to go on Chat GPT. It's kind of fun. Uh, I'm hoping to work out a way to uh, get ChatGPT to write all the kind of formal emails I need to write at the university, but
It is very formal.
it's very formal. Uh, it did an okay job trying to write certain letters, but they still need editing. But it is what it is. So let's begin. What is this? What's this moral dimension you're talking about in this article? Why are you bringing the question of morality in to this discussion of AI? How do you fit your article in the current discussion that's taking place?
Yeah, I mean, it was really great for me because as I was waiting for the article to get published, I had to edit it a couple of times because first, Elon Musk and other big CEO people like the founder of Skype, the founder of Pinterest, they published an article, published a petition, whatever, basically calling for a 6 months suspension on all AI research until AI safety ideas have basically become more developed, which is incredible. Like that, I can't remember any precedent of something like this happening unless this happened like in the 90s with human cloning technology or something like that. But it's certainly not something which is significantly anyone that's tried to do anything like this at any point. And then the actual AI safety guy and absolute maniac, Eliza Yudowski, called for a permanent global suspension of research into AI programs like ChatGPT, and that they should be enforced with nuclear weapons.
Wow. So we have some pretty strong discourse around the use of AI. So what is this discourse? Why is this terror from the top down? Why is this coming out right now?
Well,
What's triggered it?
the
People,
explicit reason.
I mean, people have been working on this AI stuff for ages, right? But
Yeah, I mean,
obviously,
it is a bit strange because what is happening now, and it's quite interesting ideologically. What's happening now with ChatGPT is probably ChatGPT is just about capable of making quite a few people unemployed.
Mhm.
But that's not the worry from Elon Musk and from Elias Yudowski. I saw just a guy from Yudowski's kind of sphere today specifically rejecting this, saying that, we don't actually know if ChatGPT is going to make people unemployed, but we do know that technologies like this are an existential threat to humanity. And this is basically based on the idea of a paperclip maximizer, which is the idea that at some point technology AI will be sufficiently sophisticated that it has three basic abilities. It's super intelligent. It has like an ability to actually affect the outside world, like it can get into the internet and get people to do things or act in various ways. And third, that it has interests or inclinations or something like this, but that its interests or inclinations are not inclined to human interests. And this is why it's called a paperclip maximizer, because it might choose something random like paperclips and say the point of our civilization society now is to produce as many paperclips as possible because I like paperclips. And in that process, we'll destroy as much human civilization as it needs. We'll kill as many humans as they need, and so on, in order to further this project. So that's the fear, which seems quite ridiculous, but yeah, that's the problem apparently.
Isn't this kind of a huge overplaying, though, of what AI actually is? AI isn't actually some kind of brain operating on a human basis, but it's kind of just going over sets of data that it has. How can we talk about intent with these things? Because they're only tools that are kind of beholden to what data sets they're put in. I've seen people use ChatGPT, for example, to do Reddit posts and make like a Reddit post, but it's able to do that because people feed in the appropriate language and things like that. Is AI really able to do that? I mean, it seems a big overclaim of what AI actually is to assume it has some kind of intent.
I guess to be as generous to these people as possible, I think the worry is not that ChatGPT or a ChatGPT like thing would have this kind of capacity, but that we're in a period of rapid advance in AI,
Hmm.
and that basically we need to shut it down now while we have a chance before we're even making models which could possibly uh, be like this.
So, what is your critique then of this discourse that's coming out of the CEO class who seem terrified by Chat GPT? Not for the reasons, let's say, artists have been very concerned about with the Mid Journey, or in universities, people are panicking about like Chat GPTs they can't give you an A quality essay, but they can give you a waffly essay. So
Yeah, and why not in 18 months they can give you an A?
why not? Yeah. So what's your critique then of this particular iteration of hostility towards AI from?
My very straightforward point would be to say that these people are saying, what if we lived in a society which was not aimed towards human goods, but was aimed towards something else which doesn't necessarily align with human interests? But that's obviously just a description of the society we currently live in. We don't live in a society which is based around promoting happiness, which people like Udowski say a human civilization should be. We don't live in a civilization which is based around maximizing human pleasure or maximizing any human function at all. We are in a society which is based around the maximization of profit, and to the degree that we're moving away from this as kind of capitalism degenerates or whatever, we're moving towards some kind of rentier system. Um, so that there isn't like we don't have anything to lose here. There's not the idea is that it seems to be based on the idea that human societies as it's currently functioned is not like this, but it is. The thing is, like, the idea of a paperclip maximizer is a really great description about how a society currently functions, where human society, human activity is centered around doing something which doesn't directly align or doesn't even align very much at all to human interests.